Hi guys, it's SkintBoot here, and today what I'm going to be bringing you guys is a No Man's Sky video. And in today's video, what I'm going to be looking into is the possibility of us actually receiving the old E3 build in the form of the next update this summer. I've been wanting to talk about this for a couple days now, and especially with the Xbox live stream the other day, I feel like this is becoming more and more of a pressing topic that people seem to place lots and lots of value on. So, you know, why not just give my opinion on it? Fuck it. So anyway, with all of that said and done, please do sit back and relax. Let's get started. Okay, so I think it's wise to start off by really quickly talking about what I mean by the old E3 build. Just in case you are unaware of what the fuck is going on, when referring to this build, I'm talking about the old build used to show off No Man's Sky before it released to the public in August. We're talking about the one used for all the trailers, pre-release footage, and general gameplay that was shown to us before the game dropped to moisten our pants. The E3 build has become rightfully associated with a much different version of No Man's Sky, a version that holds a completely different art style, a much more deeper desire to explore, a more pressing sense of awe and wonder, and of course loads of famous cut features that we never actually got to play. It's no secret that we didn't actually get this so-called E3 build when the game released, but naturally Hello Games are working to bring it to us piece by piece, well, with cut content at least. But since the dawn of No Man's Sky's release, people have always wondered, will we ever get to play that version of No Man's Sky? It's a very famous argument that's never seemed to get any closer to being answered, but you know what? We're closer than ever to finding out if this is actually the case. With the recent news of Next and an Xbox One launch, a load of signs have been pointing towards the update, bringing us up to speed with the old E3 build, or at the very least, a major part of that build. So why don't we have a look into the hints that Next is finally going to bring us the old wonder of E3's build. First and foremost, we have some fairly common knowledge that does back up this belief. Next is an update which Hello Games have worked on for basically a year, the longest time spent so far on a content update for No Man's Sky. Now, this doesn't necessarily prove that we will receive the exact same build as E3, and of course a good portion of that was likely spent playtesting multiplayer, but it does make the likelihood of us receiving more cut content in Next a load higher. I mean, Atlas Rises included a shit ton of lost content like crash freighters and desert biomes, so it's basically guaranteed that more content will be brought back for the next update. But as well as this, Sean said it himself that Next has made No Man's Sky the game that Hello Games always wanted it to be, and this is especially evident with his public appearance on Xbox's live stream, where he looked so fucking happy and proud of being there and to talk about No Man's Sky. Just his face alone proves the work which they've put into updating No Man's Sky has paid off, and especially since this is the first time Sean Murray has appeared in a long ass time to promote the game, we must be in for something huge. But does this necessarily prove that Next will bring us the old E3 build or something close to it? Well, no, not for definite, but why else would Sean have the confidence to come onto a live stream with basically the entirety of the Xbox community to promote a game with one of the most infamous launches and backlashes of video game history? Well, personally, I think it's because Sean Murray knows that when we receive Next, the game will be what we were shown at pre-release. It makes a lot of sense. Now, another major thing which I want to touch on is this whole debate going on right now regarding the background footage that was used on the screen behind Sean during the Xbox interview. I want to bring this up because right now some people are wondering if this was indeed old footage, or perhaps something new. So this footage was fairly hard to see, but people have caught that it was the exact same planet used for one of the gameplay demos back before No Man's Sky released, and also the same one that was used for a wealth of advertisements before the game released. However, it appears that this footage was not quite the same, and there are a number of different reasons why. The first is this whole debate on what the fuck the Sentinel Walker is doing. I mean, the animations for it are clearly broken. It walks so awkwardly and almost unfinished, and we know for a fact that the ones seen in No Man's Sky presently do not act in this way, and because of this, people have assumed two separate things. Number one, this is footage from the old build that hasn't been tampered with since pre-release. The buggy Sentinel could be because that build, the infamous E3 build, was obviously not finished and needed a load of polishing, which is why we never got to play it. And to further back this up, Rayrod TV, who is a very famous and talented modder in the No Man's Sky community, did state that it was possible to directly boot up pre-release planets as they were seen in trailers and play them. So it's very plausible that Hello Games did exactly that. They simply reloaded the old abandoned build and played out a looped bit of footage. But why? Why this exact planet, and why not something new? Well, maybe it just looks nice, or maybe they want to only show old footage to ensure that next footage isn't shown to the public just yet. Or on the other hand, some people believe that this footage was shown to hint at the old build actually making a return, because as well as the dodgy Sentinel movement, it also seemed to kind of warp in and out of existence, something which is never seen in the game currently. We don't know if this was just because it was a loop and perhaps the footage was slightly bugged, or if this is indeed some kind of new feature. And as well as this, the trees in this little background footage appear to be swinging in the wind, and if I'm correct in saying, this rarely happens with No Man's Sky at this point in time. So from this, some individuals believe that what we saw behind Sean during the entire interview was actually early footage of next, or at least the updated version of the old E3 build. This would explain the old aesthetic, but also the new features like, say, warping sentinels and swaying trees. And furthering on from this, the bugged movement could be because the update is still obviously in development. I mean, I don't understand why else they would use old footage to promote a game. Everyone knows that No Man's Sky doesn't look like that right now, at least that aesthetic. So I don't understand why they would show this unless it was something which we were actually going to play hands on. Who the fuck knows? But it's a super interesting debate going on right now. But to conclude, I honestly do believe that Next will bring No Man's Sky up to speed of what was shown pre-release, but much more developed than what we originally saw. Next may bring us the old E3 build, which we saw pre-release and made everyone want to pre-order the game, but on major fucking steroids. And honestly, if that happens, No Man's Sky will go down in history as the single greatest comeback in video gaming. But as always, this is just my own opinion. This is also just some blind speculation, so I want to know what you think on the matter. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then please do feel free to leave a like on it, and if you guys could also subscribe to MZK, then that'd be absolutely fantastic. And as always, I will see you guys on my next video. This is SkintBoot, signing out.